Greetings from Fortis Malar Hospitals. I am Dr. Nitya Ramuti here in our happy journey to a beautiful motherhood. Today's topic will be normal delivery. Normal delivery means what? It is when at term the mother develops strong uterine contractions and the baby is presenting by its head acts on the cervix. Cervix is the mouth of the uterus. Hence, with strong contractions and cervical dilatations, the mother delivers a baby spontaneously. Usually the duration of labor will be anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. We normally say one sunrise and the baby should be delivered by sunset. So I will tell you about the stages there are 4 stages in normal delivery. First, let me tell you about pre-labor pains. Pre-labor pains is like one of the first thing is near term, that's around 36-37 weeks. You can feel that the baby's head gets fixed, especially with the first baby. In primary gravida, the head gets fixed around 34 to 36 weeks. So in such case, you can feel that the uterus, the mother says that she can feel the uterus has come down a bit. That is called lightening or shelving. There is a space between the breast and the top portion of the uterus. So that is shelving. So when the head gets fixed, then she has a sensation of frequently passing urine. Near term, she frequently passes urine. Sometimes they have low back ache also. The other thing is called nesting. That is, she has an instinct that she has a feeling that probably she might deliver in a week's time. So she's all fully excited. She starts getting the bag ready to the hospital. Then she informs her people and all, especially her in-laws or parents, to come home earlier because in view of her due date coming in early, or she has to inform her top maid or the skilled nurse to help her. At the same time, she makes sure that there's enough food stored. She gets the groceries ready, the vegetables ready. That surge of excitement, that instinct is that she knows that she's going to be delivering another 10 days or weeks time. And because the head getting fixed, of course, the frequency of passing urine is there. If you notice that at term, most of the patients will walk with a gait, like a waddling gait, like a duck walk. They walk like a waddling. This is because the hormone called relaxin acts on the joints, that is the pelvic joints, hip joints, and relaxes the ligaments. When the ligament relaxes, the head gets fixed in further to encourage her to deliver normally. Then the other things will be like she will have a sudden mucus plug gets dislodged, say about a week or 10 days before delivery, that gets dislodged. This mucus plug sometimes can be bloodstained. So sometimes the patient panics and she comes to the hospital and we say, no, don't worry, this is only early labor pain. Not to worry at all. The other things will be like towards term, just probably a week before delivery, she may have loose stools. This is because the cervix secretes a thing called prostaglandins. This prostaglandin causes loose motion, sometimes even nausea for the patient. Another thing which we have seen is the premature rupture of membranes. In this case, the water bag bursts even before labor pain starts. In such a situation, she has to immediately go to the hospital. She has to inform the doctor. More towards term, most of them feel the breast becomes heavy and soreness of breast will be there. The most important thing is the low back ache. Frequent low back aches come along with mild contractions. When the contractions are happening between 5 to 10 minutes and the intensity increases along with low back ache, then it's a time you should go to the hospital. So these are the few points which you have to notice, and we call it as pre-labor pains. Now, stages of labor will be 4. The first stage is when the contraction starts every 3 to 5 minutes once. And as the contraction continues, the cervix also starts dilating to about 0 to 4 centimeters. The first stage of labor is called early labor. In the active labor, the contractions are becoming every 3 minutes once. The intensity goes up to about a minute. So the pain becomes a little bit more unbearable, and so patient starts wriggling, and then we ask her whether she wants Antinox. Antinox is nitrous oxide. This helps to relieve the pain. Sometimes they opt for painless labor, like we use epidural anesthesia. So now the pain becomes every 3 minutes once, lasting for 1 minute. Then the transitional phase is when the pain is increasing even more. The pains are becoming stronger, The intensity is about 60 seconds to 90 seconds. The contractions become even stronger. In this phase of time, the water bag might burst. The cervix will be dilating to 7 centimeters. Water bag will burst, and then we also notice the color of the liquor, whether it's clear or it is meconium stained. So if it's meconium stained, we have to then decide what's the next course of action. So that is it. So then we go to the second stage of labor. In second stage of labor, she starts to bear down. She starts to push. So we tell him, okay, use your Antonox. It will help to relax the pain a bit. Or sometimes we can give her some painkiller. And the above thing is, we ask her to bite her teeth or clench her teeth and push down. Push towards anus, like push, so that if we have hard feces, you have to push it hard out. Similarly, we ask them to push downwards, or like ask them to breathe, take a deep breath in and push. Unless she has contractions, not to push. Only during contraction she has to push. And towards the end of second stage, the head counts and crowns the perineum. When it crowns the perineum, then local anesthesia is given, and we put a small cut in the perineum. That is called episiotomy. This can be given the right side or the left side of the perineum. Some people do it in the center itself. Why do we give this episiotomy? Is to create enough space for the baby to hit, so the baby slips out easily in this phase. And as the baby comes out, the cord is clamped and cut, and the baby is handed over to the pediatrician. So then the other end of the cord blood is taken and given to the lab for baby's blood group, and so forth is done in that. Once the pediatrician takes the baby and resuscitates the baby is handed over to the mother to hug and kiss the baby. This is the first bonding between mother and baby, and this is the first kiss for the baby from the mother, and this bond will last forever. After that, then we wait for that's the third stage. In the third stage, we wait for the placenta to deliver. It takes about 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Within half an hour, the placenta should come out. So we always give syntocinon, accelerate a bit for the placenta to come out. Once the placenta is expelled, we check the placental membranes and cotyledons to see whether it is intact or not. After that, the episiotomy, local anesthesia is given, and the episiotomy is closed. Then there is a fourth stage of labor. In this fourth stage of labor, we keep the patient in the labor room for 2 hours for observation. That is to check the patient's BP, her oxygen saturation, her pulse rate, and at the same time to see whether uterus is contracted or not, or whether we have to give any injections to make the uterus to contract. And above all, to watch the bleeding, to see whether she's excessive bleeding, and also vagina is checked once to see there's no tear or anything. We observe her. So that is the four stages of labor. After 2 hours of observation, we will transfer the patient to the room. Hence the baby comes there. The first 1 hour we allow the mother to feed the baby. This is called the golden hour. So we teach her how to clean the nipple, and of course the first milk will be called colostrum. We allow the baby to suckle for half an hour to stimulation, so the milk starts flowing. So this is the important thing there. So after delivery, the plus points of having a normal delivery will be is, once patient feels good that she has delivered naturally, and secondly she is able to move, like she can get up, go to the restroom, she can sit up and feed the baby, and her recovery is faster compared to. And also when she sits up, the episiotomy might hurt, so we'll ask her to keep a soft pillow and sit on top of the pillow, and then we'll ask her to feed. At the same time, analgesics are given because the episiotomy hurts a bit, or sometimes we keep a cold pack there so it will not hurt, so that is allowed. And we teach her how to take care of the perineum and so forth, which I will tell you about postpartum later. So these are things about normal delivery. Then there are a few tips. The most important thing is, if you plan to have a normal delivery, you should feel first very positive in your mind that I will only want to have a normal delivery. That's very, very, very important. Secondly, you must read books on normal delivery. Third, you must make sure you have a balanced diet and do not gain excess weight. 4, you should attend mothercraft classes and start practicing your exercises or yoga or lamas. All these things are very, very important, and you should go for regular walks and feel very positive that you should have a normal delivery. Wish you all the best. Have a great day. Bye.